The law is complex, but it doesn't have to be a mystery. We are talking legal literacy, not advice. So don't worry, you're not getting an invoice. I'm Simon Jenga, and welcome to Simon Says. Today, we are talking about living wills, which are also commonly referred to as advanced directives. Now, these are documents, or rather a document, that sets out your wishes for end-of-life care, most notably. This is a document that expresses your personal wishes for whilst you're still alive, but have lost the capacity to communicate your wishes directly. Mostly, it refers to a time in your life when you've lost mental capacity and or you are unconscious and unable to share with particularly your doctors what you do and do not want to happen with your care. It's a non-binding, legally non-enforceable document, but it does set a really nice baseline for your family in particular to be able to know what your wishes were, so that when they are seeking medical assistance on your behalf, they can know where your mind was at when it comes to specific treatment requirements. The document might include things like that you don't want to be resuscitated under certain circumstances, that if you are in a vegetative state, that you don't want to be kept alive artificially, that if you are unconscious or brain dead for any certain period of time, that you're not to be kept alive artificially. There's a number of parameters that it could include, and it really comes down to your personal desires around what you want to communicate to your family and to your attending physicians. And as I said, these are wishes for whilst you're still alive. So if we had a continuum of time from birth through to death and then beyond, then at death, your will kicks in. Before death, and whilst you don't have capacity, that's where this document is really doing its job. Prior to that, you're able to communicate your own wishes around how you want to be treated when it comes to medical care. So it's really covering this period where you've lost capacity, can't communicate your wishes, and have not yet passed away so that your will has kicked in. And in order to be able to sign this document, you have to have mental capacity. Mental capacity to understand the nature of the document that you're signing and the consequences of its terms. This is still relevant even though it's technically not legally binding, because it's going to give the family confidence as to whether they should be trusting or listening to what you've said in the document. If it's clear that you didn't have capacity when the document was signed, as in you had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's for 5 years, then the family are going to treat it with much more skepticism than if you signed it when you were fit and healthy at 50. So that mental capacity plays a critical role not only in the, let's call it, validity of the document, but also in how much weight your family and the attending physician can reasonably give that document. Because as I say, it's not legally enforceable. In New Zealand, we have the End of Life Choices Act, which was passed in 2019 into law, and that outlines a process for an end-of-life procedure which certain patients can take advantage of. Critically, people that are lacking mental capacity at the time when they are wanting to take advantage of that act are unable to do so. The advanced directives that they leave can't force any medical practitioner to instigate an end-of-life process other than the standard of care that would be expected to the extreme in a palliative environment. And then it comes down to the conversations with the family around how to manage pain and how to manage that care process. Advanced directives are common for my clients that are wanting to clearly state the parameters of how they want to be kept alive, so that if the law changes down the track, it's presenting their position clear as mud, or so that they can show their family and give them comfort of what their expectations were around not wanting to artificially extend their life. So today, Simon Says an advanced directive can outline your end-of-life care expectations, not because it's legally binding, but primarily to assist your medical attending physician and family at the time to be able to make the best decisions for your care in the circumstances. For more legal insights, check out our other episodes, subscribe to our channel, and remember, at LOA Law, we are good lawyers for good people.